cares about you. You're a nobody until you become somebody. So Batman didn't have any parents. Batman did not have any parents, yet he still had Alfred. He still had, to a big degree, shit tons of money. Go outside, Alfred, get beaten down, at least you stand up for yourself. Have you ever felt like you are navigating life without specific directions to where you want to head? You don't have a proper role model. You don't have a father figure. That's why you keep on chasing the people that are like Andrew Tate. That's why you start chasing the people that are like Andrew Tate and Hamza and all of these people. They are beneficial to a degree, but at the same time, they prey on your disability to navigate through life on your own. And I think this is a pandemic where fathers are absent in young people's lives because, first of all, the economy we're in, it's hard for parents to actually stay with their family most of the time. They're most of the time working, right? They don't have a proper mentor in their life. That's the first thing. Second thing is obviously social media. You are too invested in it. You like to see people doing crazy stuff, the prettiest girls, the best cars. That's not bad to a degree, but it has to be controlled to a specific degree as well, right? It's like you are carrying the weight or the anger towards your father because he was not available in your life. You've always needed the back that you can stand on. You've always needed the back that you can rely on. And that's what I'm talking about. Even if you think about it, even if you put in your mind the idea of a superhero, right? Batman didn't have any parents. Batman did not have any parents, yet he still had Alfred. He still had, to a big degree, shit tons of money. And that, by the way, guys, I've made a newsletter where you can put your email in because I'm going to publish my program of the charisma code. I teach you everything about charisma, how to be confident internally before you can even be confident externally, being good with people in journey, social situations, and girls. Nonetheless, Alfred to help him out. So he had a backbone that's going to support him and help him and show him some guidance to a huge degree. And that's what you're actually are looking for. You're looking for that type of guidance, but in other people. And these people might be wrong if you take what they do in a not very meaningful way towards your life. Where do you stand? What do you actually want to do in your life? Where's the map? Where does the map lead to? If you have an obstacle, who do you go to? If you have a problem, who do you talk to? Right? Love, money, relationships, time, career, all of these questions unanswered. That's what I'm talking about today, right? You need to be your own guidance. You need to be your own backbone. I'll tell you a couple of things I wish my father had told me that I have realized now on my own after difficult life experiences. And now this is coming from somebody who's lived his whole life as a very spoiled, not a very spoiled kid, but a spoiled kid to a degree in terms of safety and money and food and daily needs, dealing with people and situations. I didn't have the problems of dealing with a third world country like Egypt. So at 17, I traveled to Egypt to study. 17 years in Dubai, and all I knew was just being irresponsible, being at my family's house and just doing nothing, caring about nothing except my studies. Even that I failed at to a degree. Not really, but I wasn't the best kid at school. Anyways, that brings me to the next point. Traveling to Egypt at 17 by myself, not knowing anything. I was completely alone. I stayed with my uncle for like a couple of months to apply for universities and stuff. And then I had to move around 2 hours away from him, completely alone, just because I wanted to live alone. I wanted to live alone, and that's it. Living alone comes with a shit tons of responsibility. You're in a new country. It's a third world country. You don't know how things go there. Not everything is easy. You've got to cook your own food. You've got to stand up for yourself in multiple situations. You've got to do your own laundry. You've got to deal with the people in a completely different dynamic than it's like in Dubai, right? It's like a big puzzle with a missing piece, right? And having no proper father figure in your life will make you wandering and walking around in life, looking for some sort of validation, looking for some sort of distraction. Walking around in life without a proper father figure will make you unconsciously look for exterior validation, exterior distractions. That's why so many people are addicted, and that's why so many girls turn into hoes, and that's because there is no father figure in their life which they respect, right? And even if you got the father, but he was very busy with his life and work to supply things, the basic stuff for you. The focus was the focus was on monetary stuff. This is what he can help you with. Emotion wise, it was completely neglected. And when I say emotion, I don't mean the emotional father. It's like, oh, I love you, giving you, spoiling you, giving you everything. I don't think that's good parenting, right? But I'm talking in the sense of you did not have the validation, the support. You've got this kid. I trust you. You've got to stand up for yourself. I'll stand up for you. Whenever you need me, I'm right there for you, right? So you keep on walking around in life feeling like there is a gap, something that's missing, and that's absolutely fine. And that's what I'm here to tell you. This is what I'm here to teach you. During my 6 years in Egypt alone, I have learned to be my own father, my own son, my own brother, my own best friend. I've learned to be everything a father should be to his son because I needed to parent myself. I needed to be responsible. I needed to control myself if I'm going out. If I drink so much, who's going to take care of me? Right? If I'm out with a couple of friends, who's going to take care of them? I had to take care of them. That's why I'd go out and not drink so much, not just go crazy, right? It happened like once or twice, and then I hated it, and I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna do this again. So you need to stand your ground in your life. You need to take care of yourself because no one is going to save you. This is the first thing you need to know. This is the first thing your father should have told you. No one is going to save you. Life is not fair, and I think that makes it fair to a degree. Life is unfair for everybody, and I think it makes it fair to everybody to a degree, right? You might not have some things you want in your life, and some other people might have that, and that's completely unfair. But at the same time, you've got things these other people don't have as well, right? The rich people do not have the people born in wealth do not have the responsibility of worrying about their family's wealth, worrying about making it all on their own. They've already made it, and so this is just their normal life, and this is not something you should care about and resent them for. No, this is actually something that's going to push you because you've started with nothing, and they need to build it up now. You need to build it up for your family. You need to build it up for yourself. You need to be the father that you never had, right? You need to look at the mirror and tell yourself you've got only you. You need to look at the mirror and tell yourself that you've got yourself, and that's absolutely fine. And you don't need anybody else. I don't think you don't need anybody else in that sense, but I think when everybody is just not in your way anymore, nobody is with you, no one can be against you. And this is what Jesus says in the Bible, right? No one can stand against you if you walk with God and you walk with your shoulders held high and your face held high, you're a responsible individual, right? So, to begin with, I wish my father told me to have high standards. I need to have high standards in your life when it comes to the people in your life. You need to have high standards in your life when it comes to the time you spend in your life. The quality of life that you need to look forward to have is should be high in terms of the places you go to, the people you visit, the time you spend, all on your own. It has to be of high standard. Do not be mediocre. Do not be with mediocre people. Do not think like mediocre people. Do not spend your time like mediocre people. Some people are excellent individuals in their work, but when it comes to family and life and fitness wise, they're horrible. They're fat, they're ugly, they're bad with women, and they're good at their job. But do they make enough money out of it? No. Are they happy the way they are? Probably. Do you want to be mediocre like that? That's absolutely fine, right? You need to have high standards in your life, and that's the biggest, most important thing you should do in your life. Have the high standard. Look at beautiful things. Do good stuff. Spend more time doing good stuff. The function of man is to live, not to exist. The function of man is to live, not to exist. Second of all, you need to have a solid rock foundation. You're a solid rock. You're a mountain. You cannot be phased. You cannot be trembled by fear, by knowing the uncertainty is going to get you. You cannot do that. You cannot risk it. You have to jump at the first chance you get. You have to stand up for yourself. Somebody bothers you, stand up for yourself. Get beaten up. It's fine. It's only going to make you stronger. Fuck your ego. Put your ego aside. Nobody cares about you. You're a nobody until you become somebody. So put your ego aside. Get beaten down. At least you stand up for yourself. At least a feeling of standing up for yourself, right? Whenever you're in a situation where you have some sort of fight, some sort of bullying, or some sort of work problem, you need to stand up for yourself, for your morals, for your high standards, right? Having high standards is very important, and that solidifies everything. And that comes from the belief. You need to tell yourself, I have high standards with my people and my time and my work and my life in general. This is my normal day to day life. High. standard, not easy, not mediocre, not like the average human being who is fatherless, who watches OnlyFans girls and just does nothing but play video games, right? And third, this is something that's going to sound very cliche, very out of the box, but you need to have a solid handshake, right? Your first impression are very much very strong. You need to have a firm handshake whenever you handshake anybody, whenever you have a conversation with anybody. Having a firm handshake is going to tell your own mind that you are firm, you are solid on your ground. It comes with the simplest of acts, like having a solid handshake from a man to man. This is a man who does not have the proper father figure or role model, but yet he is still the man that everybody needs, everybody can rely on. Have a solid handshake. Physically, when you handshake people, have a solid handshake. When you talk to people, have a firm handshake. In the way you react to life, you're a very responsible, grown up individual, right? There will be times where you can have fun, obviously, of course. I'm not denying that. You need that in your life as a human being, but you also need to stand firm on everything you do in your life, right? Lastly, and something that's going to sound very boring to many people, last thing I wish my father had told me is to do everything with love. Sounds cliche, sounds boring, I know, but love is a superpower to a degree. Have you ever done something that you really love, even if it's playing a video game or talking to that person you really are interested in, and you do it with so much love and passion? You give it your all, and you feel good. Same. My last advice, and this is something I wish somebody bigger or somebody just who's better than me at something had told me, that Andrew Tate is preying on you. People like Andrew Tate prey on you, prey on your insecurities, and that's what they actually always play on. Men's weaknesses, your insecurities. I've made a video about insecurities, by the way. You should check it out. This is coming from somebody who's genuinely enjoyed listening to Andrew Tate before he went mainstream. I really enjoyed these videos. Some of his advice are absolutely amazing. He doesn't sugarcoat stuff. Sometimes he does, and that's fine. But you need to really know that he is preying on you. Take the good stuff and remove the bad stuff out of your mind. Listen to the things that you only require. Forget about the girls and having multiple girls and cheating and all of that stuff. Just ignore it. You're irresponsible and childish, and you're not even at the point in your life where you can even talk about girls. So focus on you. Focus on becoming the father that you've never had. Right? Anyways, guys, yeah, check my other videos. I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, tell me one thing in the comments. Where Tell me something that you wanted your father to tell you at a younger age in the comments. Bye.